I always get asked about presentation content, and I always get asked questions about what content should I talk about? What should I talk about? This is my topic. And it's so hard for me to answer that question. It's because I really don't know anything about your presentation. So as an example, I recently had someone ask me, well, I have a presentation about social media. What are the 4 most important things I should talk about? Well, I'm sorry, but I really want to help, but I actually can't answer that question. And the reason why is because I know nothing about your presentation. In particular, I know nothing about your audience. And so I want to talk about 3 things that you can do if you are stuck when it comes to creating your presentation content. What should you do if you have no idea what the content for your presentation should be? So let's say, for example, you already know what the topic of your presentation is, and now you need to fill in the content. So what you can do, first of all, is figure out what is the purpose of your presentation. This seems really obvious, like why am I giving the presentation? But it may not be so obvious when you kind of think about what the real purpose of your presentation is. So let's say, for example, you have a school assignment and your presentation is for school. So maybe your purpose is that you want to teach your classmates or whoever it is in the lecture or whatever something about your topic. So you're going to give the presentation about a topic because of whatever reason. Second scenario might be a business situation where you have investors or you have people that you want to sell your product or service to. So you might want to say the presentation is to introduce our business, our product, our service because we want people to buy our stuff or to invest in our company. So if you think about those couple of reasons, you can see that there's a because there. I'm giving this presentation about this topic because of whatever. So that's what I want you to do in that first situation here, okay? The first thing you have to do is ask yourself that question, why am I giving the presentation? And then answer it with because of some reason. The second thing you got to do is think about your audience. Remember that it's not about you, it's about them. You have to know what content is appropriate or what they want to learn about. So let's say, for example, I go back and I talk about that social media thing, right? Well, let's say, for example, I tell her 4 things about business-related things related to social media. And let's say her audience is a group of senior citizens who just want to know how to use social media to keep in touch with their family. Well, you know, my suggestions for content are going to go right over their heads. They might even wonder why they are there in that presentation. They're probably thinking, are we in the wrong presentation? Right? So there's going to be no impact. There's going to be no value given if you were to talk about a topic where the audience just, doesn't care about it. So make sure that you know your audience really well, what they care about. Remember that it's about them, not about you. My friend Craig Haddon over at Remote Possibilities recently posted a topic called What's in it for me? And he quotes another really good presenter. So have a look at that article on his website. I think you'll learn something from that as well, all right? The third thing you got to do, and this is related to the other 2, start early. I don't know how many times I've mentioned this, but people always ask me like the day before or 2 days before the presentation, can you please review my presentation? Or I really need help figuring out what to say in my presentation. Is it right or not? There's no way I can help you if you are asking me 1 or 2 days before. So make sure you prepare early. In particular, figure out who your audience is really early on, because you don't want a situation where you have started working on your presentation, you've got all this content down, and then someone says, hey, you know what? Your audience isn't, gonna care about that. You definitely don't want that to happen. So you definitely want to be sure that you start really early on understanding what the purpose of your presentation is and also what the audience is going to care about. All right? Of course, your purpose and what the audience cares about, they could be 2 different things. So you want to kind of find a happy medium there where you're still getting your point across, but also still talking about your topic in a way that your audience is going to be interested. All right, so I hope that helps with creating presentation content, and at least understanding what the steps or processes are to get that done, all right? And the importance of really, understanding why you're giving the presentation, and also the fact that you have to know your audience really well, okay? Thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. Thanks. Bye-bye.